All right, who's ready for anime review of Umamusume Pretty Derby episode 10? Because let's be honest, guys, I love this show. It's just that I don't know what gets to me. Like every time there's like, I don't know what gets to me. Like every time there's like a sports anime like this, and you see the competition, the adrenaline, it gets to your body so many times, and that happens a lot in sports animes. But with Pretty Derby, it was about Special Week, and Special Week got to get that redemption. I was really rooting for her the entire episode of this. I mean, episode 10 is right around. Episode 10 is here, and episode 12 is around the corner, which we're gonna see Suzuka and Special Week race each other, and that's what we want to see as their rivals. I can't wait to see them racing. Now, episode 10 in the show, Special Week had done. She trained, and by training, she trained a lot. Now, there's one thing I want. There's one funny thing I like. Like when she was eating, that other horse girl was in the like background of a shot. Just anytime a person eats, she eats in the background of it. That's kind of funny. But Special Week, she is strong, and that determination that she got from last week's episode, with a coach telling Special Week to like in other words, focus on your goal. If you want Suzuka to be your rival, prove that you're better than her. Like don't worry about her. Like focus on yourself. And she had. Since then, Special Week's been training her ass off. She even had a tire tied around a tire. She had a rope tied behind her and a giant ass tire, and start like slowly going like trying to train those. And I'm like, wow. But overall, she came 7th place. But that's okay. At least she trying. I mean, she came Special Week. No, I'm sorry. At least she came 2nd place. Okay. But it still wasn't enough. Now, I'm glad El Paso came back. The confidence got her. The confidence is giving Special Week motivation that we're gonna see them race again. So I'm looking forward to see Special Week and El Paso race again. Yeah, Special Week and El Paso race again. Now the trainer, he's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Y'all gonna have a rest. Y'all gonna need a day. You need a day off. Don't worry about yourself. Don't worry about each other. Worry about yourself. So everybody is having a good time. One of them is hanging out with the president at the karaoke bar. McQueen is hanging out with her family, living it because she's McQueen. And the other 2 rival girls that they always have, they are just hanging out at the mall. Now, Ghost Ship, on the other hand, is training with Suzuka. And glorious! What a glorious day now. The trainer told Suzuka that she could finally race. You see, this is why I like stuff like this. It's that determination of never giving up. In every anime, there's always this character that has fallen short, but then when you have this one character when you have this 1 or 2 characters giving the person the edge, the confidence, the boost to not giving up and train until they finally recover, and then you got it. You can achieve even more, and that's what the trainer said to Suzuka when she's like, okay, you could race now. We're gonna have you race in this next event. I'm like, yes, she's finally gonna race. Now, on special week on the other hand, she went back home to her mother. Yes, her second mom, and I like Special Week in this because she is. Remember, let's recap. From the first episode, she was shy. She was too nervous. She didn't have so much, And there were times when she admitted defeat for the first time and she cried. And there were times that she lose and she started crying again. She cried because she knew that she couldn't achieve the goal. And then after all that development she has, I know she's been on a losing streak, but she had been up and down at times. But thanks to her other mother, giving her the confidence to not only to remember just how well Special Week was, but to give her the confidence of the first time they leave. Remember, it says best race girl in Japan. That is the mindset of Special Week's main mission. Be the best race girl in Japan. And when her other mother showed that poster, it gave her the confidence again to try to be the best race girl in Japan. And not only that, they gave her, she even made a lucky horseshoe for her. And what does it say? Best race girl in Japan. And that's what I'm like, see, that's like it's like I'm sorry, that motto, best race girl in Japan, that is the motto that Special Week is going to keep having in her mind. And that's going to give her the confidence to race with race with the best. Probably race against that French horse that beat El Paso. We'll see. Now, it was special. Now, Special Week is back, and this was the good part. Special Week came back. She was determined. She had it. She closed her eyes, praying, and it was so epic. Like, I don't know. I don't even know where to begin on this, but it was. but before I get to that, let me just say that every horse girl in this episode, they was racing and she came first place. Each of them had their own dream to be the best. And Suzuka promised Special Week, like, let's race again, but as rivals. They made a vow. So, like I said, let's just see how that turns out. But again, back to the race. Okay, so Special Week is back. After spending time with her mother, had her tied up, had that carrot strawberry steak, which is kind of good. I don't know, people try that. And seeing her dead mother with all the letters, it gave her the confidence in this next race. Now, she up against King Halo and Sky again. And remember the last time they raced, she couldn't handle the hill and against Sky. Okay, so the race was on, and I was rooting for Special Week, like, come on, Special Week, come on, Special Week. I was rooting for her to the point where I'm like, come on, don't give up, don't give up. And I also like the shot. Now, while I was racing, I was looking at Suzuka's racing, and she was training, but those two, I felt like they were kind of parallel to each other. They felt like, okay, they're right next to me, okay, I'm not gonna lose. And that's what it was. It was racing, yo. I love the rivalry these two had. Like, they were both connected to each other. Even if Suzuka was training and she was racing with the other horses, it was just so, they were connected. Like, the bond, like, it was a strong bond these two had. So when Special Week is running, she's running again, trying to pass Sky and all that stuff. I was rooting for her, like, come on, Special Week, come on. I was so intense with this part, like, so freaking intense. And I'm like, come on. Don't lose. I was saying, don't lose. Do it for your mothers, do it for Suzuka, do it for everybody. And I was like, oh my God, I was rooting for her. And then all of a sudden, she's like, I can't lose. And she was running like full speed. And then she passed Sky and she came first place. I was like, finally. I was like, yes. She won, finally. Finally. I was hype. I was sweating like, yes. It was a tear a little bit. I'm like, yes, she won. I felt like when she won, I wanted her to play a theme song, like Glorious or Retribution or something like that. Anything like that. But still, I was so proud of Special Week that she battled all the odds. And then in this episode, she finally came first place. She did it. We all cheered for her, and I'm sure some of y'all did, but damn, that was an epic race, and Special Week won. Finally. And everybody was so happy, even for Sky. Now when they rivals build, they get stronger. Now we're getting somewhere. I'm sorry, my heart was pounding for that. But again, Special Week won. Now, that victory is giving Suzuka the confidence to race again in the next race. And if Suzuka wins first place, we're probably going to see Special Week and Suzuka race each other. Now, I'm not saying that it'll probably a tie, but for when you see Suzuka and Special Week running, who are you guys going to root for? I want to root for both of them, but I want Special Week to win. Now, other players, like, okay, the way I see it, Grass Wonder need to be on this race. If they're gonna make this episode a little impact, Grass Wonder got to be up there. Cause remember Grass Wonder, special when Grass Wonder beat Special Week, Grass Wonder was like, "Is that the best you got?" So I'm like, okay, so now Grass Wonder got a race. El Paso, I want El Paso in the race because it was a tie against Special Week, and that was like, okay, we got to race again. Suzuka and Special Week, yeah, that's 4. I don't know about the other racehorse girls, but those are the 4 characters I want to see racing against each other and see who makes it to the top and to prove out who's the best race girl in Japan. I am looking forward to that. But again, episode 10 was really great. We get to see the redemption that Special Week had of the previous episodes, that she had ties, she had losses, she had W's, but mostly L's. But still, she has finally got her W. Finally. And that giving her the confidence, the motivation to be the best race girl in Japan, to do it for her mother's sake. She finally remembers everything now, what she's fighting for, and she's gonna win. And as for Silent Suzuka, I'm really looking forward to see all that training she had from her injury, recovering so fast that she's not gonna give up. She's gonna race she's gonna race Special Week, and let's hope for the best for that come. But again, episode 10 was really hyped. Whew, I'm sorry, that adrenaline just got into me because she won. Anyway, so tune in next week.